Have you ever searched online for information about Bromptons and saw a lot of letters and numbers combined together and not really too sure what it meant? Well, that's what we're here to teach you. Today's video, we're going to talk about how to speak Brompton. So when it comes to configuring a Brompton, there are three main parts that'll perfectly describe your build. The first is going to be the handlebar type. The second is going to be how many gears the bike has, and the third is going to be your fender and rack options. And in this video, we'll go through all of the options of each of the three choices and break down which one is right for you. So when it comes to choosing your Brompton handlebar, there's four different choices you have. We'll start from lowest to highest. There's the S handlebar, M handlebar, P handlebar, and the H handlebar. Let's take a closer look at each. So first we'll start with the S handlebar. As you can see, it's just a nice simple flat bar setup. This is going to give you the lowest riding position and the most aggressive riding position of all the Brompton handlebars. So if you're used to riding a road bike quite often, or you just want to be able to ride as fast as possible and be in that more aerodynamic position, then this is going to be the handlebar that's perfect for you. So next up we have the M handlebar. This is actually the most popular Brompton handlebar. It's going to give you a medium upright riding position. So good to get some comfort out of your ride, but if you want to pick up the speed a little bit, it's not too high where you can't really get yourself in an aerodynamic riding position to do so. Next up we have the P handlebar, which offers a really unique shape and is the only Brompton handlebar that offers more than one riding position for your hands. So up top you're going to have a little more than an inch above the M handlebar, but on the bottom set of grips here, you're actually going to have a slightly lower than the S handlebar position. So you do get the choice between being upright and comfortable or, tucking into a faster riding position. And lastly, we have the H handlebar. This is going to give you the most upright riding position of all the Brompton handlebars. You'll notice that it looks almost exactly the same as the M handlebar, and that's because the bar itself is the same, but where you gain the extra height is in the stem. So there are 2 points where they added about another inch of height, and that's going to be in the stem itself above the folding hinge, and then you have another inch right below the folding hinge on the stem. So it's going to give you 2 inches total over the M handlebar, and it's going to give you an extremely upright and comfortable ride. So moving on to the next part of the Brompton configuration, that's going to be your number of gears. So you have 4 choices when it comes to Brompton. You can choose single speed, 2-speed, 3-speed, or 6-speed. So let's take a look first at the single speed Brompton. So you can see there's really not much to it. No shifters here where there normally would be on the other geared options. This is a great choice for people who live in a flat area that want the least maintenance possible on their bike. There's really not much to go wrong when you have a single speed drivetrain, so it just keeps everything nice and clean and simple for the minimalist rider. Next up, you have your 2-speed gear setup. And that's going to give you 2 cogs on your rear wheel that you'll shift between with this nice little thumb shifter here on the left-hand side. So this is going to work a lot like a normal bike derailleur, but it's just a simple chain pusher mechanism that's going to move your chain between your big ring and your little ring. This is going to be a great setup for city commuters that are looking to still keep the weight of the bike down, but have that extra light gear just in case they run into a couple hills. Next up is going to be the 3-speed Brompton, and that's going to give you your trigger shifter on the right-hand side only. And this is going to integrate the 3-speed Sturmey Archer internal geared hub on the back wheel. You're still only going to have 1 cog, so it's going to be a pretty simple drivetrain setup, but you'll have a low-maintenance internal hub to get your 3 gears on. While this setup does add a little bit of weight with that internal hub, it is a really nice commuting setup because you're able to just shift down to your first gear at red lights. You don't have to actually be pedaling to change gears. So this is a popular option among city commuters who want a low maintenance setup with a little bit more gearing. And finally, you have your 6-speed option. So this is going to combine both the 2-speed and 3-speed shifters that you saw on the previous bikes. And it's going to combine both of the same mechanisms. You'll still have that derailleur that the 2-speed had, and you'll have a similar 3-speed internal hub to give you your 6 gears in total. So the 6-speed is going to be the most popular gear setup. It's going to allow you to ride on basically any terrain and give you the gear range of most hybrid bikes out there. Finally, the last part of your configuration is going to be your rack and fender options. So you have between an E version, an L version, or an R version. So starting with the E version, this is going to be a Brompton that has no fenders, no mudguards, nothing to protect any splash coming up on you. But As you can see, it does give the bike a very clean look and saves you a little bit of weight, maybe about half a pound or so. Next up, it's going to be your L version, and this is going to mean that your bike has just mudguards. So this is going to be the most popular Brompton setup, and you can see you get a nice front and rear mudguard setup that also helps to stand the bike and keep it balanced when the bike is folded. And lastly, you have your R version. So this is going to include the same mudguards that you had on the L version, but it's also going to add a rack to it. So adding a rack to the bike will make it stand up even easier while it's folded, and will make the bike incredibly easy to roll. So this is popular for a lot of people that go for long distance touring rides. It's also good to have when you're rolling the bike around in the shopping cart mode if you want to take it to go grocery shopping. So now that we've gone through the main 3 points of a Brompton configuration, the next thing left is to decide which one is right for you. If you need any help doing that, you can always leave a comment in the comment section below, and we'll help you out and give you suggestions on which one might fit you best. Thanks so much for watching this Brompton Basics video. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe to our channel to let you know when we release new content.